You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello and welcome to another episode of Unstoppable Actors. I'm so excited that you are listening to this episode. I get really honest and I explore one of the big struggles that I had as an actor for a very, very, very long time. And it is a stage direction that used to absolutely terrify me, and how I finally mastered it. As I've been talking to actors inside of our incredible Unstoppable Actors group, they too struggle with stage directions as well. And I thought, well, if I struggled with them and they're struggling with them, there's a good chance that you do too. It wasn't all stage directions, it was one particular one, and I can't wait to explore it with you. You might not struggle with the same stage direction that I did, but the principles that I'm going to share with you in this episode are exactly the same for all stage directions. Before we dive in, I want to invite you to something super special. On Sunday the 28th of September at 6:30 p.m. UK time, I'm teaching a free method acting class called From Surface to Soul, a free method acting class in emotional mastery. And I have got so much to unpack with you in that class. I'm going to show you how to unlock real, repeatable emotions in every single rehearsal, every single self-tape, and every single performance you ever do. So if you've ever worried about forcing emotions or struggling with consistency, then this class is for you. I'd love you to go and grab your free place, and you can get it at bit.ly/authentic emotion. That's bit.ly/authentic emotion. I've also left a link underneath in the episode description for you too. The one stage direction I used to dread seeing in scripts, and when I say dread, it would make my tummy drop. It would make my heart sink. And it wasn't even something complex like your character breaks down in floods of tears and there being a massive crying scene. I actually quite enjoyed the crying scenes. That was something that I could connect to. No, it wasn't that. It was this. The character reacts in surprise. Oh, I hated that line so much whenever I would see that in the stage directions, because for me, as soon as I read that, I'd be sent into a spiral. And the reason why is because the moment you tell an actor they have to be surprised, it's not a surprise anymore. And it certainly wasn't for me. And that is the thought that would go through my head, and I would get stuck. My head would obsess over that one moment, and my acting would suddenly feel fake, forced, way too big, way too hammy, just so insincere. Because as we know, anything that surprises us is something that's unexpected. And as an actor, I was absolutely expecting that moment. That's the challenging bit about acting, right? I would get into such an inner spiral. And that inner spiral is known as mental tension. Mental tension is any thought, belief, habit, or energy that blocks you from connecting to the moment genuinely, truthfully, and sincerely. I would be standing there in the scene, waiting for that moment where my character reacts in surprise, and I'd already be anticipating it. And then this little voice in my head would creep in and go, that wasn't real. Or even worse, it'd say, that were really rubbish. You did not act surprised. Everybody knows that you're faking it. That wasn't surprise. Everybody knew that you were expecting that moment. That right there, those thoughts, they are mental tension playing out in a scene. And the danger of mental tension is that once it is in your head, it grows. It takes up space that should be left open for spontaneity, for playing in the moment, for genuine emotional connection. But it doesn't allow that to happen, because once the mental tension is taken over, there is no room for that, because you can't have two things in your mind at once. You can only have either spontaneity or the mental tension. And as I've said, it grows. So that first thought would be, that wasn't real. It's like something was watching me, but really it was just myself watching me. I was hyper-focusing on the moment. And then that thought, that wasn't real, spiraled into that was rubbish. And then, as I've already said, it spiraled into nobody believed you. That was really hammy. That was forced. That was fake. Ugh, you're not a very good actress. And then these thoughts would just multiply and run away with themselves. I really did not enjoy those moments in the script where the character was surprised. You're going to have your own version of this. For you, it might be that you really dread reading when the character breaks down because they feel heartbroken or sad, or maybe it's when they erupt into a rage. You will have your own version of the surprise that I dreaded so much. I knew I had to do something about this, and it took me many years because my traditional drama school training didn't teach me how to overcome this. It wasn't until I retrained in method acting that I finally got the techniques that I needed to do something about this. And what changed it for me was twofold. It was relaxation and substitution, which are two method acting exercises. Method acting has its own specific, unique way of working with each of these exercises. So with relaxation, I had to learn to release that buzzing in my mind and body first. Remember, that buzzing is all those thoughts. That was rubbish. That wasn't very good. Nobody believes you. Ugh, you think you're a good actress. You can't do this. You can't react genuinely to surprise. That was the buzzing. So I had to release that first, because if your body is tense and your mind is spinning with all these thoughts, there is no space for authenticity. So relaxation became my anchor, and I would always do that first. And then substitution would come into play. I used the power of substitution in the moments leading up to where I needed to be surprised, because instead of obsessing over what was supposed to surprise me in the script, which would cause me to get in a tizzy, I anchored myself into something personal, something real that actually could surprise me. And suddenly I wasn't faking it. I was genuinely responding. And then the emotions, they became layered and alive and truthful. And the more I practiced working in this way with those two incredible exercises in the way that method acting has laid them out, the more I started believing in myself. And the more I started thinking, actually, I don't need to worry about that stage direction anymore. And when I stopped forcing the surprise, my performances could breathe. Instead of being self-conscious and overthinking reactions, I found myself genuinely responding in the moment. And it was so exciting. I loved it. And I got that buzz back that we all get from acting. That addiction to it, where we just want to do it again and again and again. And we want more performances and more characters to play and more scenes to play out. And here's the best part. Once you learn this, you can also apply it to any intimidating stage direction, not just surprise. Any, as I said earlier on in the episode. As soon as you start filling your toolkit up with the right techniques, you are brimming with confidence. Your performances are brimming with truth. And then you start getting rave reviews. You'll get people coming up to you after your performances saying, wow, I was mesmerised, or wow, that was so good, or you almost had me in tears. Or whatever it is that they want to share with you, because they've been genuinely in the moment with you, because you were in the moment rather than in your head overthinking everything. And this is exactly what I'm going to be guiding actors through in my free method acting class. That's coming up on Sunday the 28th of September. You're going to learn how to simplify emotional work, release that mental tension, all that overthinking and doubting yourself and dreading those moments, and you're going to find yourself in the throes of genuine emotion in every rehearsal, every take, and every self-tape. So as I've already said, it's happening Sunday the 28th of September, 6:30pm till 8:30pm UK time. It's online. You can join from anywhere in the world. Go and save your free spot at bit.ly/authentic emotion. And I'll see you there.
I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.